The storm had rolled in earlier than expected, darkening the small village of Elms Brook. Wind howled through the trees, and raindrops splashed hard against the window panes of a modest cottage where Victoria lived with her 10-year-old son, Daniel. Victoria was a single mother, strong, kind, and endlessly resilient. Ever since Daniel's father passed away in a tragic accident, she had done everything in her power to shield her son from hardship. They didn't have much, but what they had was enough: love, warmth, and each other. That evening, as the power flickered out and the chill crept in, Daniel shivered in his thin sweater. "Don't worry, sweetheart," Victoria whispered, wrapping her worn shawl tighter around him. "It's just a storm. It'll pass." But the storm wasn't only outside. Inside, Victoria was facing a quiet, terrible battle. For months, she'd been skipping meals, taking extra jobs, and selling off anything of value just to afford Daniel's school fees and medication for his asthma. Her own health had suffered, but she never let it show. Their kind neighbor, Mrs. Green, often watched from across the lane. A retired nurse with sharp eyes and a softer heart, she noticed the signs: Victoria's thinning frame, the occasional wince when she moved. One afternoon, while Daniel was at school, Mrs. Green knocked gently on the door. "Victoria, I'm fine," Victoria insisted with a weak smile. "Just tired, please," Mrs. Green said, taking her hand. "Let me help." But Victoria shook her head. "Daniel needs everything I have. I can't take from others." That evening, Daniel returned home with a note from school. His scholarship had been accepted. Tears welled in Victoria's eyes, relief washing over her like sunlight after a storm. A week later, Victoria collapsed. She had hidden her illness too well. Mrs. Green rushed her to the hospital. The diagnosis was grave late-stage pneumonia, complicated by months of untreated exhaustion and malnutrition. Victoria held Daniel's hand from her hospital bed. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I wanted to give you everything." Daniel clutched her hand, sobbing. "You already did, Mama. You gave me love." Mrs. Green sat beside them both. "She didn't just raise you, Daniel. She built your future with her own life." Victoria passed peacefully that night, her last breath a whisper of love. Daniel stayed with Mrs. Green, who raised him with the same gentle strength. He went on to become a doctor saving others, inspired by the woman who gave everything so he could live fully. Years later, he built a small clinic in Elms Brook and named it Victoria's Light. Because a mother's sacrifice never fades, it shines through the lives she touched. Like, share, and subscribe.